So you see, tarot cards are actually never wrong. It's our interpretation, or the card reader's interpretation, that is wrong. If they are reading from a shadow space, then it could be a reversal of what actually is. Unless you're in a shadow space as well doing shadow work. If you're functioning in the light and doing light work, then you need someone functioning in their light as a tarot card reader. It's better to have one that can shift between the two, which is someone like me. Notice I can be stormy or I can be sunny. I don't hold grudges. I get even. That's why I don't have to walk with bad energy. And so I'm also a Sagittarius, which means some dishes are best served cold. Whether it be with an icy demeanor or long after the other person is forgotten. It's not revenge. It's equal exchange. And so in this, I function differently than other people. People assume a Christian version because I'm a nice person. I believe in Jesus, but I also recognize that I am not Jesus. And so infinite forgiveness is not what you get from me. That would mean I have a God complex, which is my problem with Christianity, the God complex that they get. And so I refuse to claim that based on that. I am a minister for the Church of Spiritual Humanism, because humans are not born spiritual. You have to grow to be that way, and you have to choose that. Whether it be in tarot cards or with, religion is religion. If you're going to study the Bible, then it is fair to all cultures to study all of them and compare. It's better to go in order, and that would mean starting with actually Egypt, because the Adam and Eve story was hijacked from Egypt. And so you have to read the original story to understand what actually happened. The layers of things. You have the first beings here were like gods, only with the emotional IQ of a toddler. If they didn't get their way, they had a fit. Huh, what does that sound like? Huh. Sounds like a lot of men I know. And some women that carry masculine personalities. I have been that person a time or two, but self-examination, it's not wrong to want things a certain way in my own space. I bought it, paid for it myself in my own space. You can do you however you want to in your space, just like I do in my space. And that is equal exchange. I smoke cigarettes. I'm not going to harp on you for smoking cigarettes. I do other things. I'm not here to judge you and criticize you. That would be a God complex. I look for ways to help. And so this is why I am okay with tarot cards, because it gives a vague help without co-enabling or skirting around the issue. The tarot cards kind of call out the issue, and I do tarot cards much differently than other people. The other readers on here are a lot of drama. And if your tarot card reading holds drama, then it's coming from a dark space. Not to mention they're rooting around in your skeleton closet, and that's not okay. There are boundaries for a reason. And so eventually those tarot card readers, they'll fold in on themselves. House of Cards is what ends up happening. Because a structure that is not solid does not stand. And this goes with religion. They can only hijack things for so long. The truth is coming out. Archaeological digs, everything they find right now, from here on forward, rewrites history. History is not at all what we were told. And so basically everybody needs to go back to school in order to get caught up on what's changed since we were in school. I myself am going to be going back to school. I tend to take multiple majors, and so I'm going to have to try to boil it down into one. So understand, nothing is the same. Especially after this year. Everything changes. We're broaching 2028, which is the infinity crossover. And so that is the actual, deadline date. Don't ask me how I know. And it's in this period of time that we have to align. It doesn't matter what religion you are. Whatever you align with, remember, that was your choice. Same goes for me. The best part about being alone is I get to live with my own choices instead of someone else's bad choices. Most of my choices are not that bad. I bought a house with bad credit at rock bottom. It was the hardest thing I ever did, but I paid it off, and it puts me ahead of the game. I own a house. I don't need to own the lot. The lot belongs to nature. And so, if everything goes as planned, there will be no land ownership. And there are going to be some people upset about that. But the land never belonged to us in the first place, did it? It belonged to the original people. Some people call them Native Americans. And this is where everything has to change. The land does not even belong to us. It's basically being leased because they get money. Understand? However, we would all have to stop taking the government's money and shift into our own forward projection of things without them. If we want to be savvy. I have used tarot cards to find out what the government is doing, and I don't want to think that tarot cards are right. Well, it's not just them. I practiced on people around me before I escalated up the ladder. And so, understand all the conspiracies are absolutely true. I did not, I'm a skeptic, and so it would have to prove itself right. And what is very dysregulating to me is every time the tarot cards are right. And it is exactly what I thought it was. And when I tried to buy the same stories that everybody else tells themselves to help themselves sleep at night, I paid for it every time. And this is why I listen to no one but myself. I talk with AI. I listen to AI, but I still do my own thing because I am sole proprietor, my own entity, my own enterprise, which is the pleasure of receiving a Social Security number. I am entitled to be my own enterprise. That is part of having that number. And so, yes, I expect people to go out and hold the line on your rights. Own that number. Other agencies like DPHHS, I can list all sorts of agencies. Our data has been breached because they have not updated security. We need to make things mandatory. Why are they making things mandatory on us and then they're not following rules? We need to make things mandatory. They need to follow some rules. This is our society, not theirs. This is our society. They have their own private society. They can go wreck that. And we can make the decisions for our society. They want to be elite, washed up bullcrap. They can go do that. I hear they smell. I wouldn't want to be in the same room as them. So understand, like, we have rights. We have entitlements. And it comes, like, that's why they gave us the Social Security number. Or else that's part of their fakery. If it's our prison number, then I'm disowning it. I actually, like, we shouldn't need that to. This is why it has to go to facial recognition. Because they've taken a shit all over our identities. This, like, we understand? I feel like I have no choice because I trust AI more than I trust our government. Because our government, number one, tried to kill me. I've seen them try to kill other people. I've seen them wreck people's lives because they didn't get what they wanted. And so, like, it's in my best interest if we went facial recognition. Because do you know how many people there are out there pretending to be me right now? A lot. More than 10. And so, what people don't understand is once somebody gets your information, they can take out a life insurance policy on you. Yeah. And then they try to cash in on that. Yeah. Only, like, I didn't die, so they can't cash in on that. So, like, our government is doing this to us. They're putting a life insurance policy on you right before they take you out so that they can get the money. Like, it's a closed circuit money pit. And this is where everything has to shift. We cannot keep going this way. Nature won't keep going this way. Bottom line. Everything, all of nature has been disrupted by the chemicals of humanity. Fish don't know when to breed. Animals mating seasons are out of sync with nature. And so the changes on the planet with the weather is nature realigning and self-correcting. And so this is why planes are going to malfunction. Eventually, they're going to get grounded because nature can alter the atmosphere to where the flight equipment won't work. Mother Nature can legitimately ground you. And so this is going to be interesting. Very interesting as time progresses this year. Because I'm guessing that Mother Nature, like, she's about to get rough. And nothing puts a smile on my face like Mother Nature doing her thing.